Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, this is Nine Priest. And in today's video, we'll be having a top-down analysis on the dollar index, the EURUSD, the GBPUSD, and then the gold. Okay. So on the dollar index, that's the DXY. You can see that on the daily time frame, on the weekly time frame, you can see that we had a closure here on this high. Okay. After that, we broke this high with a weekly candle and then we closed above. Okay. So that indicates a bullish signal on the weekly time frame. So we'll be expecting price to then retrace down to mitigate this other block, look for entry, and then we sell we buy upside, okay, to break the high. All right. So this break here and the close indicates a bullish conviction. All right. So on the daily time frame, as you can see on the daily time frame, you have this break of structure to the downside here. Okay. And then the break of structure to the upside on the time frame. Okay. So we got this also a break of structure to the downside. Okay. So the recent break of structure, okay, we had this as our change of character to the upside. Okay. So after that change of character to the upside, you can see price mitigating this demand zone and then pushing upside, okay, to break this high. All right. So that was the only valid demand zone in this price leg. This was mitigated. This was mitigated with this candlestick. This was also mitigated. Okay, this was mitigated with this candlestick. Okay, this was also mitigated with that candlestick there. This also was mitigated with this here. And then the only available one was this one. Okay, this was also mitigated with this candlestick. Then we broke upside. Okay, so you can see that price came back to mitigate this demand zone and then gave a bullish break of structure to the upside again. All right. So we'll be waiting for price to come back to mitigate this demand zone here or this demand zone, and then we break upside to the bullish. Okay. So we'll be waiting for price to give a further upside and then come back to mitigate this other block or this to then buy to the upside. All right. But right now, as you can see, price has shifted bearish here. So it's indicating that we have a bearish reversal to one of these other blocks here. And then we buy to the upside. All right. But as of right now, you can see that when we measure using the fib level, you can see, sorry, I don't know why the fib is not, okay. So let's see, you can see that this other block here lies in the 50%, but this is in the 0.382%. Okay. So we'll be focusing on this other block here. Okay. We'll be focusing on this daily order block here and then this other block too on the daily time frame. All right. So that's our focus on the daily time frame. We'll be waiting for price to mitigate this other block or this and then give a lower time frame shift to then buy to the upside. Okay. So as of now, price is indicating a reversal to the downside. All right. So on the 30 minutes time frame, let's go down to the 30 minutes time frame. So on the 30 minutes time frame, you can see on the 30 minutes time frame that, so let me session, okay, let me turn this off. So on the 30 minutes time frame, you can see that price came back, filled this other block, and then gave a lower time frame shift. So this was our break, and then this was our lower time frame shift to the downside. Okay, so we'll be waiting for price to mitigate this other block or this other block here. and then we sell to the downside. Okay, so something like this to sell to the downside. All right, so that's my narrative for dollar index on the upcoming week. So on EUR, so on the EURUSD, you can see that price gave lower time frame change of character to the downside here, but we've not yet closed below this low. But on the dollar index, we have a close there. Okay, on the USD, we're not having a close yet, but price is starting to give a lower time frame reversal to the upside to mitigate this other block and then to sell. Okay, so as you can see, price has then closed upside after sweeping this low and sweeping this low also. Okay, so on the 30 minutes time frame, on the 30 minutes time frame, you can see that after sweeping that previous daily low, okay, after sweeping that previous daily low and then closing above, we having this other block here, okay, with our liquidity here to then price to come back, mitigate and give a lower time frame change of character to the upside to then buy. Okay, so we'll get a higher probability trade if this other block here, the opposing other block here, which is the supply zone, fails. Then we will reverse to mitigate another block and then we buy to the upside. So on the daily time frame, I'll be targeting this other block here to then sell. Okay, because you can see that we are having this weekly break of shutter to the downside here. Okay, price closed below, so we're waiting for price to reverse and then mitigate the other block here. Okay, we have this rejection block here. So after mitigating that other block, which is the daily other block there, then we sell again to break the low. All right, because price is bearish on the weekly time frame and then daily time frame too. Okay, so we are starting a reversal on the 30-minute time frame to then trade up to here to then sell to break this low. All right, so that's my narrative on the EURUSD. So on the GBPUSD, you can see on the GBPUSD, we had this break of structure to the downside here. So daily break of structure to the downside. We had this change of character to the upside. Okay. So that change of character to the upside, you can see price mitigating this other block here. All right. So after mitigating that other block, price then push upside to mitigate this supply zone here. Okay. So after mitigating that supply zone, price then decided to then play bearish to the downside. All right. So this has already been mitigated. We are not yet, like, we are not interested in that again, but we are interested in this one. Okay. We have an unmitigated daily demand zone there because price is bullish on the daily time frame. This is unmitigated. So we're waiting for price to mitigate this other block to then buy to the upside. Okay. But we've yet to make that mitigation, but price has swept this low and then reversed to the upside after sweeping this low here. Okay, so we're having this daily order block here. All right, so that daily order block, you can see that we have the weekly break here to the downside. So the order block lies inside this POI. All right, to then sell to break the low or mitigate this order block and then we buy to the upside. So we're having this the daily low here, which has been swept on the 30 minutes time frame, you can see on the 30 minutes time frame, we have this shift here. Okay. You have that internal shift here on the 30 minutes time frame. All right. So after that shift, price is reacting to this supply zone to then sell to the downside. Okay. So we'll be having a higher probability trade if price breaks this high, and then we get a supply zone or one of these zones to then buy to the upside. Okay. So on the 50 minutes time frame, you can see on the 50 minutes time frame, this is a clear change of character on the 50 minutes time frame. Okay. So we're having this supply demand zones here to then mitigate, and then we buy to that daily order block there.